What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I am sitting here barefaced today because this video is going to be all about skincare. I'm going to be taking you into my bathroom, showing you guys my morning and evening skincare routines, talking about all of my favorite products. I've gotten a lot of requests over the past year that I've been on YouTube to talk about my skincare routine and just some of my skincare favorites. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about that, then keep watching. And if this happens to be your first time here, then welcome. My name is Sophia and this is my channel that focuses primarily on luxury beauty, but also a little bit of luxury fashion and lifestyle. I like to say that I spend my money so that you don't have to. I do a lot of very helpful reviews. So if you love beauty content, especially kind of more like the luxury or Sephora brand side of the spectrum, then you are in the right place. Hit that subscribe button to join our fam because you're going to see we have a lot of fun on this channel, and you can also click the notification bell to hear about every time I upload a new video. If you like this video, if you want to see more skincare videos, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And as always, I'm going to be linking all these products in the description box down below. Do know that I use affiliate links typically, just kind of depending on the product. So if you have any interest in supporting my channel, shopping through those links is a good way to do so at no additional cost to you. Okay, party people, before we go into the bathroom, I do just want to show you up close in daylight my skin so you can see what we are working with here. I can give you guys a quick preface of my skin type and my concerns and everything. So this is my skin. I woke up a little while ago. I had a cup of coffee. I've done nothing. I haven't done anything to my skin. I am 31 for the record. I have a dry skin type, and most of my skin concerns are centered around tackling dryness. I've had dry skin my entire life. I also have eczema that flares up in the middle of the winter time. I'm filming this in the middle of December, so this is going to be focused a little bit more on kind of winter skincare, but my routine doesn't change all that much between the seasons. I also have a little bit of rosacea, particularly at the tops of my cheeks. You can see I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation, and a lot of that is from keratosis pilaris, which is also kind of known as like chicken skin. It's like those little bumps that you can get on your cheeks. I get them on the backs of my arms. I have some on the tops of my thighs. I've had them pretty much since I was like 10 years old. I've had it for a very, very long time. You guys are going to notice that most of my skincare products, they focus on hydrating the skin, nourishing the skin, calming redness, while also some of them lightly exfoliating as well, because if I don't exfoliate, my skin gets very flaky and my keratosis pilaris just kind of gets very bumpy all over my face. I also want to mention that I've done Accutane twice, so acne was a big concern for me for most of my life, less so now because I've done those 2 rounds. I did it once when I was 25 and once when I was 30. Once just was not enough for me. I still get breakouts here and there, but it's definitely not as big of a concern for me. So you guys are going to kind of see that in my skincare routine as well. I also will mention that my eyebrows are microbladed. They've worn off a little bit, but I get a lot of questions about that. I have gotten Botox here in my forehead, in the center of my eyebrows, and also a little bit around the eyes. So just being fully transparent here, what I do just kind of on a regular basis to take care of my skin, some of my skin concerns, and that's all going to be reflected in the products. But I think nonetheless, I think a lot of these products, they will be good for a lot of people of all ages and all skin types. And I also, lastly, before I get into the routine, I just want to mention, guys, I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not like recommending this specific skincare routine for you. This is what works for me, and this is what I've worked on with my dermatologist. So if you have any really big skincare concerns, if you're curious about Accutane or anything like that, my number one recommendation is always go talk to your dermatologist if you have the ability to go to a dermatologist and see what they say, because they're going to be a really big help in kind of helping you out with your skin. But I want to show you guys some of my favorite products, so let's head into my bathroom. Hello, friends. We are in my bathroom right now, and first things first, I'm going to be putting up my hair. I'm gonna pop this little baby on as well. We got a cute little bear headband. And you guys have heard me talk about this before, but the first thing I do before I cleanse, this is usually when I first wake up in the morning and I'm like drinking coffee and just having 10 to 15 minutes to myself before I start my day. I usually go in with my LED mask. This is my favorite one because This is the best one that kind of stays on my face. It also is a lower price point than a lot of the other really fancy ones that are out there. So I just popped this on my face. I put it on the double blue and red light setting, and I usually wear it for at least 10 minutes. If I can do 15, I will do that. And you can watch TV in this, you can walk around the house and do chores, you can drink coffee through the little, mouth part right here. That's usually what I do. I usually kind of like sit, respond to my YouTube comments, I drink coffee, and I wake up using this mask. So this is always the first thing that I do, by the way. I've just woken up. I haven't done anything to my skin. Sometimes I'm a little puffy in the morning, but I'm usually not. I got one of those like Omnia Sleeping Glow pillows about a year ago, and that has definitely helped reduce my puffiness. I also don't wake up with like those awful lines on my face anymore. They actually reached out to me, and I have a coupon code for those pillows, so I will link those down below. But I've been using that pillow for over a year now, and it definitely helped with kind of like the morning puffiness and the lines on my face. So I don't have to do, there's not gonna be one of those videos where I have those like crazy jade rollers or anything like that. I don't really use too much of that, to be honest, unless I've really had a bad night or something like that. So the first thing that I do is I cleanse my face. And my favorite cleanser to use is this one from CeraVe. This is the CeraVe Renewing SA Cleanser. This is a salicylic acid cleanser. I feel like this is gentle enough for those of us who maybe have sensitive skin or drier skin. And I like to use this one in the morning because, I just want to get off any of like the dead skin from the night before. You guys are going to see my nighttime routine later on. I like to use tretinoin, and if there's been any kind of dryness at all, I feel like this gets all the flakiness off, and then that way my makeup is going to go on so much better. It's just a nice gentle exfoliation. So I'm just using a very little bit, and I just sit here and I gently massage my face. I feel like doing it for at least, 30 seconds is best, and I really try and focus here on my nose so it can get into the pore, and then also on my cheeks where I have all of my texture. And like I said, it just kind of very gently gets all of the dead skin off. So I rinse that off, and then I don't fully dry my face. You'll see my face is still very damp. I don't want all of the water just evaporating off of my face immediately. And so what I do next is I go in with kind of like a hydrating or a calming serum of some sort before I put on my moisturizer. The two that I really like are, number one, I really like the It's Skin Li Effector. This one has licorice root extract in it. I love this one. Licorice root extract is really great for redness and for calming. Unfortunately, my boyfriend pretty much used all of this up because he also really likes this. So I'm going to be using my other favorite one that I've been liking, and this is the one from Refer. This is the Rebalancing Essence. I told you guys in a couple of my videos that they sent this to me, and I kind of forgot that they came out with skincare, but they sent this to me and I really like it. It's very lightweight, it's slightly milky, and some of the ingredients are niacinamide and meadow foam seed oil, panthenol. So it's pretty gentle. It's a nice little like moisturizing and brightening and also calming base for your skincare, base for your moisturizer. And you guys are gonna see in a second why I like to go in first with a little bit of a serum. Next up, I will go in with moisturizer, and my favorite moisturizer is the Creme de la Mer. I like this mostly during the winter. It's so expensive, but I like it during the winter because it is just so thick. Look at that. I know it's kind of like expensive shea butter, but I really do enjoy it. And I feel like this, you can't really go in with it when your skin is super wet because it just kind of slides right off your face. You can't really rub it into the skin. So I will put that moisturizing serum on first so that I can go in with this next, and it just goes on so much smoother. And I'll kind of just gently massage it onto the face, and I'll kind of massage it around my eyes. I don't really buy like a separate eye cream for the day. I just use this. Like, you could use the La Mer eye balm, which I've gotten samples of that. I have one in my little like travel toiletry kit, but it's the same active ingredients at the end of the day. So I really just use the regular moisturizer, and it's so thick, it's really nourishing. So I just kind of massage that all over my face, and it just really cocoons my skin. I know this is expensive. I do have another video talking about my winter skincare faves where I talk about a couple of other like more affordable moisturizers that I like for the winter, so I will link that down below. But this one is my favorite. During the summer, I like to use the Aveeno Calm and Restore Oat Gel Moisturizer. I'll put an image up here so you guys can see what it looks like. It's more of a gel formula. It's very lightweight. That one is also fantastic because it has colloidal oatmeal and it's very calming. It's very soothing. It's, once again, great for the summer. If you have more like an oilier skin type, that is perfect. That's what my boyfriend uses because he has more of like oily skin, but for me, I kind of need something more heavy duty in the winter. And so that's why I use the Crème de la Mer. So that is my favorite. And then if I feel like I need just a little bit more in certain areas where my eczema is prone to flaring up, I like to use this product from La Roche-Posay. So this is the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm B5. And what I like about this is that it has Centella asiatica, so it's really good for soothing and healing the skin. It also has panthenol. It does a good job of kind of locking in the moisture. I've recommended this to so many people. My mom uses it and now my mom recommends it to everybody. It's just like a, you know, kind of like a thick cream, but it's not so thick that it's gonna mess up your makeup or anything. And so I put this on my eyelids because that's where I get the most irritation with the dry air and where my eczema flares up. And then oddly enough, like right here around my ears, that's where I get my eczema and I don't like it. And sometimes I'll rub it here in like my dry patch areas, into my lips, etc. So it's all about kind of like the nourishment and really just like locking and loading it into my skin. The other product that I will go in with, sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night, just kind of depends on how my skin is behaving before I go in with my sunscreen, is azelaic acid. This is a 15% azelaic acid gel that I got from my dermatologist. So you do have to get this prescribed. You can find azelaic acid for cheaper from The Ordinary, so I'll link that down below. But I really do like the one here from my dermatologist better. I just feel like the texture's a little bit better. This, I feel like it can be a little bit drying, and so I really just take a little bit and I put it in the spots where I'm kind of like prone to breaking out, which for whatever reason happens to be like here along my forehead on the sides. I don't know, must be some sort of hormonal thing, but that's kind of where I am prone. And then I'll also do a little bit on the nose here. Azelaic acid has a lot of good properties for like calming the skin, but also brightening the skin and kind of combating hyperpigmentation. So that's why I like to put it in the areas where maybe I am prone to like a little bit more redness, acne, or I have kind of like almost, I don't want to go as far as to say scarring, but I have some hyperpigmentation from the acne. So I really just try and put it like in the places where I need it because it can dry out my skin a little bit. And sometimes these formulas can be just like a little bit gritty. And then of course, the last thing that I do every single day is sunscreen. This is my favorite sunscreen, specifically in the winter time. I told you guys I really like the Nivea Super Watery Gel. Let me show that to you actually. This is the one that I like to use in the summer. Like I said, the Nivea UV Super Water Gel SPF 50. I will link it down below. I like this one in the summertime because it's a little bit more lightweight. It's a gel formula, but the one that I like to use in the winter, it is also a gel formula, but it has just a little bit creamier, and that's why I like to use it in the winter. It doesn't dry out my skin at all, but it's still super duper lightweight, and it's gonna look beautiful, cosmetically beautiful on the skin for just kind of prepping my skin for makeup. And this is the Hada Labo UV Super White Gel, I believe it's called. Everything is in Japanese on here, so I'm trying to remember the exact name. Everything's gonna be linked down below, and you can see right here, it is a white gel formula, and I'll just scoop a little bit out, and I just kind of go in and slather my face with this. It doesn't leave any kind of white cast, even though it is called the white gel. It is a gel formula, so it goes on completely clear, and I just try and get this pretty much everywhere, and I'm gently putting on a layer, and I don't get any irritation personally when I put this around my eyes, so I just go around the eyes as well. I get a nice good layer to start, and then I will do that same thing again. I'll go in with another layer because you can never have too much, and I am gonna put makeup on after this. A lot of people ask me, what kind of primers do you use? How do you prep your skin for makeup? I do have like some primers and little like glowy serums and that kind of stuff. You guys know I love the Art Glow Last. Yes, I love that Natasha Denona Hygen one. I like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I like those kinds of things. But other than that, it's really just this skincare and going in with like the right moisturizer and the right sunscreen. And I feel like that combination of the La Mer, like that shea butter base combined with a very lightweight gel sunscreen is really the best for me. Okay friends, so this is what my skin looks like right after I have finished applying all of those products. The sunscreen will dry down a little bit. Typically, I will wait like maybe 15 minutes. I'll do a chore, I'll feed my cat, I'll make my bed, I'll do something so that all of this can kind of sink in and dry down before I start going in with my makeup. So right now what you're seeing is just kind of like my hydrated skin. It's a little bit flushed because I just massaged everything in, but that is my morning skincare routine. So I'm gonna go do my makeup, go about my day, and then I'm gonna meet you guys back at that bathroom for my evening skincare routine. I'll see you there. The day is done. I just finished baking a bunch of Christmas cookies and it is almost 1 a.m. and I can't wait to take my makeup off. So this is gonna be my nighttime routine. And first things first, like I said, I need to take my makeup off. And what I use for that, I started doing this maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I started using an oil cleanser, and the one that I like to use is from Hada Labo. This is a Japanese brand. I like a lot of stuff that they make, and I think specifically, well, in addition to the sunscreen that I was using earlier, I really like the oil cleanser. It's very affordable. It's kind of like, I think about drugstore prices, and the way I like to use this is I go in on a dry face. That is key. I will do one full pump, kind of rub it together in my hands like this, and I will just gently massage it into my face, and slowly the makeup will melt. And I'll kind of go on my eyes, just gently massage it away. I've tried some other oil cleansers before, but I feel like this one, it's emollient enough that it really melts everything away, and it doesn't have a scent. I don't want anything that has like a really strong fragrance in general. I can kind of put up with the La Mer fragrance, but a lot of other brands like Dior and Chanel, while I might really like the texture, or like Guerlain, I think their skincare feels really nice, but I just can't handle the fragrance a lot of times. So I like these very basic skincare-y, like dermatologist-y kind of brands. And then I just kind of wet my hands. I take a little bit of water and I continue to almost like emulsify it. It kind of turns into a little bit of a milk. And then now I'm gonna just rinse it all off with warm water in the sink. Okay, so I rinse all of that off, and you guys will notice I still have some stubborn mascara here. Normally, if I'm using my 2B mascaras, the mascara is completely gone. But if you have like some waterproof mascara, or in this case, I'm using the Lancome Lash Idole mascara. Sometimes if it's a long wearing mascara, it just doesn't budge. Also, I'm just very careful about getting any kind of irritants, any kind of remaining like eye makeup off around my eyes. And also just like around my ears and neck, I feel like it's kind of hard to get in with the oil cleanser on the neck. Remember, I do get eczema there, and so I want that area to be very clean. So what I will do afterwards is just kind of do some touch-ups, and I like to use a makeup eraser for that. I have the Disney Princess ones and the SpongeBob ones. I'm just going to wet this. You do have to wet it first. And I'll gently get, you know, like around the hairline, especially if you don't wash your hair every day. You don't want to get oil up in there. You don't want to get it like along your hairline. So I'll just sort of gently buff around the perimeter, and then it will absolutely get all of this mascara off. And I just try to be gentle. These are very soft, so they don't really tug on the skin all that much. And you can also use these for exfoliating your lips. So sometimes I'll just kind of use these in the morning or at night to just kind of scrub my lips a little bit as well. So what I will do next is I will take a shower, and in the shower I will wash my face. And I like to shower at night because I just like to get into bed and be super clean. Again, I want to get like any kind of like allergens or any kind of remaining like makeup or whatever off of my face. I just like to feel clean. And so when I'm in the shower, I will use either one of these, and they're like the same cleanser to me, honestly. I have the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. This is for normal to dry skin, and yeah, it's just a basic milky cleanser. And then I also have the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. It's just kind of like the OG creamy cleanser from Cetaphil. They're basically the same for me, so I'll just pick one of these. I don't know how we ended up with both of them, but I'll pick one of these and I would just gently wash my face in the shower. So I will see you right after that. I'm back and I am showered. So you guys saw in my morning routine, I like to focus a lot on moisturization, kind of like calming ingredients. You know, we had the licorice root extract, I had the azelaic acid, I have a lot of sunscreen, sun protection. It's more about like getting through the day, having my makeup look good, protecting my skin from the sun. But at night, I like to use more actives, and probably about once or twice a week, not too much, I like to go in with an exfoliating toner. And the one that I like to use is from Biologique Recherche. Excuse me, I know it's a mouthful. And this is their original Lotion P50 1970. This, it says right here, it's just a balancing exfoliator, and that is exactly what it does. It balances the pH of your skin, and I like to just put a couple of drops. This, a little goes a long way. This stuff can be pretty strong. I put a couple of drops on a cotton pad, and then I just gently sweep it across my face, and you do have a bit of a tingling sensation, and it does smell really weird, kind of like, I don't know, like chemically, a little bit yeasty as well. There's just a lot of like gentle exfoliants in here. I know that some people think that this is super duper strong. My dermatologist told me it's okay for my skin type. I think you just want to start slow. You do kind of go through a little bit of like a purging phase with this if you know, when you first started. And so I would just recommend start slow. You can also wet the cotton pad first and then put the drops on there so that you can kind of dilute it. At least that is what the brand recommends. And I'll just do this all the way down the neck, and it doesn't burn, it just tingles. And again, like, I don't use this every day because that would just be way too much, but I think that about once or twice a week, I'll hold off if my skin is a little bit too crazy, but I think once or twice a week, this just does a good job of kind of really resurfacing and rebalancing my skin a little bit. And now my mom uses this too. If you saw the video I did with my mom, she said she uses this every day. So she's 61 years old and she has no problem using this. And then while it's kind of drying a little bit, I will quickly try to moisturize my eyes. I do this a lot faster, by the way. Like, as soon as I get out of the shower, I'm like in action before all the moisture just evaporates from my eyelids, etc. And I'm going back in with the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm, and I'm just applying a little bit to my eyes right there, just to kind of start getting a little something there. Now that the Lotion P50 has dried a little bit, I will go in with moisturizer. And so the one I've really been loving lately is the one from Refer, and this is the Refer Intense Hydration Cream. This is really great if you want kind of a lower cost alternative to the La Mer, because it has the exact same like super creamy texture. And I know it doesn't have like the miracle broth and all that kind of stuff that you get from La Mer, but honestly, I think it's very, very nourishing. I think the La Mer is probably just like a little bit more calming, but I get it. Like, not everybody wants to spend $300 on creme de la mer, and I think that this one works very nicely. And some of the good ingredients in here are, once again, shea butter. Makes sense that it has a very similar texture to the La Mer. There's some niacinamide, macadamia seed oil. There's a couple of different ceramides in here. I actually love using this as a hand cream as well, so I will put extra and I'll just kind of slather that all over my hands and my cuticles. You get a lot in here. I feel like this is gonna last me a while, and you can already see I've kind of made a dent in there as well. I'll kind of rip a little bit on my lips as well, just kind of get everything super hydrated. And then typically after I moisturize, I will go in with my retinols. Now, if I've used the Biologique Recherche, I don't go in with my tretinoin. I'll show you guys right here. I have tretinoin 0.05. This comes from my dermatologist. Other days during the week when I'm not using the P50, I will go in with this after my moisturizer, just kind of like after I have that bit of barrier on my skin, so it's not as like irritating, and I find that it works perfectly fine. So every other day I would be using this, but I wanted to show you guys the P50 and how I like to apply it. What I will do though is I will go in with like a retinol eye treatment, and the one that I like to use, I learned about this on Dr. Dre. It's actually not an eye cream, it is a regular face cream, but it's kind of like a toned down retinol. It's for those who have sensitive skin that need something a little bit less intense. And this is from Aven, and it is Aven Retinol 0.1 Creme Intensive Cream. It is the Intensive Cream, and I like to use this as an eye cream. They do have an eye cream as a part of this line, but for better value, you can just buy the face one and then like use it on your eyes. So I use the teeniest little amount, and we're just gonna apply it right here underneath the eye. If I find an eye cream I like, I use it. I'm not like an eye cream snob. I either will use my moisturizer, or I'll use, you know, something like this, or I'll use the eye cream. Like whatever works best is what I use. If I am going in with the tretinoin, I will put that all over the face, just a couple of little dabs, and then I'll also take it down my neck. The last thing that I really like to use is the CeraVe Healing Ointment. And so I will kind of, if my skin is really not doing well, like it's usually in the middle of the winter, like February, something like that. If my skin is just so dry, it's very irritated, and it really just doesn't want anything else, I will get out of the shower and I will just do this. And I'll put this all over my face. I'll do that like slugging technique. And I find that when I wake up in the morning, my skin is not greasy. Everything has like sunken into my skin, and I just have baby soft skin. And this isn't anything super groundbreaking. It's just like petrolatum and ceramides basically, but it definitely works. I put this all over my lips as well. I will, in this kind of a case, I'll just put maybe like a little bit, once again, on like the eyelids to seal all of that good moisturization in. You know, you can kind of use it to like smooth out your brows if you're not wearing any makeup for that day. I actually forgot one thing, and that is lip balm. I always put on lip balm after I finish my skincare routines. I didn't do it in the morning, and then I remembered I needed to remember to do this. And what I've been using lately is this one from Glossier. It is the Balm.com. This isn't like a groundbreaking lip salve. I can use the CeraVe Healing Ointment, but this one, my friends, is the Swiss Miss flavor. So it has a delicious chocolatey scent. It's kind of like hot cocoa. I like to just kind of end the night by popping this on. And it's just so chocolatey and comforting. They do have, you know, like a birthday cake flavor. They have coconut, they've got cherry, they have mango, they have a bunch of different flavors, and they have a plain flavor as well, just unscented, etc. So that is it, my friends. That is my skincare routine. I don't have anything else crazy to show you all. Sometimes I'll go in with like a little mask here or there, but it's not like a core tenet of my skincare routine. You guys saw it's a lot of moisturization, it's a lot of like calming, light exfoliation, things to kind of speed up that skin cell turnover, etc. So those are the things that I have seen make the biggest difference in my routine, that and like staying out of the sun and just trying to be healthy in general. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate that. And also sound off in those comments down below and let me know, what are some of your skincare favorites? Are any of these products that you use? Is there something that has been like a complete game changer that we all need to know about? Tell us in the comments down below. I love hearing from you guys all of the time. I'm going to be linking all of these products down below in case you want to check them out or you want to ask your dermatologist about them. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.